Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this year's A Night in Napa 2020, a fundraising event for Friends of the Family. My name is Travis Tolliver, and I'm happy to be the MC again this year, and I'm joined by my good friend, Executive Director Ben Breskern. Ben, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Travis. We're really glad to have you up here tonight and coming back to MC this event and make it happen. And, this huge crowd we've got. Yeah.
Hey,
huge crowd.
Huge crowd.
Okay, for those of you at home, they were like, wait a minute, I didn't go to the event. There's like 6 people here, okay? But they're excited. They're the 6 most excited people you can find.
Absolutely. And we are all socially distanced, fairly. I mean, thank you very much. But we're taking every safety precaution around here. And certainly by doing this virtually, making sure that your safety is of the utmost importance as well. So welcome to tonight's event. We're glad to have you with us. Wanted to also mention to send your party photos to us. We know that there's some viewing parties out there, and we're really excited about that. Make sure to send those to us by texting them to Aaron at 319-883-6623. Again, that's 319-883-6623. Take those party photos and selfies and send them to her. We'd love to post them up, and we'll feature you on the live stream. Make it fun. Also, too, there's a comment section, so we invite you to make some comments on there and tell everybody how much you're enjoying the event, how much you're loving or hating the hosts. Who knows? But we would really enjoy having your comments on the live stream as well. Auction items, we want to hit the link, the hand bid link, so make sure to bid high and bid often. So please do that. That's the whole reason why we're here, folks, is it's an auction, and we want you to bid up everything that you see tonight. The service auction dollar donation is available as well, and we'll be having more conversations about that. But for right now, want to introduce Kim and Chuck coming up to play some bag games, right? They're looking at us like they don't know what we're talking about. We just ran through this during rehearsal, so it's great to have them back there.
With one of our great auction items, our UNI bags. Oh!
Starting off with a ringer.
Wow, okay, great.
It's quite windy in here.
Were these bags custom made for this event?
They were. The boards and the bags were custom made, donated to us, so that we can get them out to you. And we're just looking for those high bidders to jump in and help us raise some money.
Fantastic. A lot of summer and fall fun with those boards and bags. And hey, it's summer in November, so people are still playing bags out there.
It was, 83 degrees today or something?
It felt like it.
Absolutely amazing. And just remember, again, you'll find these bags on the Handbid app. Whether you go to Handbid, you can go to handbid.com or just on the Handbid app, you'll find this set of bags there for you to bid on. So get out there and take a look and find those, all of you UNI Fight fans that are out there.
Apparently Chuck lost the game back there, so he had to quit early. So we're glad that Chuck and Kim were able to help us out with that. Thank you so much. Also, too, we want to mention about the trip drawing that's coming up at the end of the evening. And trip comes in the form of a $2,000 travel voucher plus $200 Visa gift card for additional expenses when you travel. I know certainly when you have traveled and I've traveled with our families and stuff, there's always those extra expenses you're not planning for, right?
Always, right? And this one's really meant to take someone out west, out towards Napa, where they can have a little bit of wine, a little bit of cheese, some olives, grapes, and really enjoy their time out there, or go where you want.
Now, Ben, I have to ask, because we are doing kind of a wine Napa thing. Have you been to Napa Valley before?
I have been to San Francisco, but I did not go to Napa.
So you got close, but you didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
Are you a wine drinker?
Not really.
Okay.
I did see Sausalito. Is that kind of Napa?
This event's really going to connect with you. I can tell. It's going to be a lot of fun. Excellent. Well, hey, right now I want to introduce Friends of the Family's board president. He's going to give us a live welcome, Mr. Drew Kaler. Drew, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it, Travis. Thank you, guys. Good evening to all, and welcome to A Night in Napa, brought to you by Friends of the Family. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Drew Kaler, and as Travis said, I am the president of the board of Friends of the Family, currently serving my 6th year overall on the board and 3rd as president. I wanted to start by thanking all of you for your attendance virtually or otherwise. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for standing by us as we all weather the proverbial storm that is 2020. 2020 has brought many challenges to people all over the world, and Friends of the Family is really no different. While tonight may look and feel different than it has in years past due to the virtual nature of the event, its impact is just as profound as ever before. Throughout this year, I've been very impressed with how Ben and all of the staff have handled the challenges that 2020 has put in their path. Starting with our second largest fundraiser, Chefs Take a Stand, being canceled this past spring. Other challenges have included effectively serving our clients during a pandemic environment and how to shuffle employee needs for remote work environments simultaneously. Throughout all of that, it is no surprise to me to see that the agency has taken every shot this year has given them and come out stronger. Why am I not surprised? I am not surprised because what this agency does matters. And it matters to everyone that works there. The level of belief and conviction that this agency has rallied behind is really, truly inspirational. We live in Iowa, not Chicago, some people may say. I'm always surprised to see the amount of homeless people in large cities when I go there. These are the kind of thoughts that I myself and many other people have had in regards to human trafficking and homelessness in their lives. While not directly harmful thoughts per se, they really highlight a certain level of ignorance to issues being faced by people in our own communities and in our own backyards. Iowa is not immune to human trafficking and homelessness, and no community is immune to domestic violence. Oftentimes, if a community member is not directly impacted by these issues via their personal lives or volunteer activities, they really would be none the wiser. Throughout my tenure on this board, I've seen our agency experience exponential growth in scope of services offered, which has seen an additional proportional impact on our community. I serve on this board because what this agency does matters. Therefore, my time and my service on the board matters as well. It matters to the 1,043 clients served this past year by our victim services programming. It matters to the individuals that were beneficiaries of the 6,168 nights of shelter that were provided by Friends of the Family this past year. It matters to the individuals on the other side of the phone of the 4,058 crisis calls our team has taken over the last year. It matters to our community. And by being in attendance tonight, you are also saying it matters to you as well. Outside of attending events and donating funds, there are a number of ways to get involved with the agency should you desire to do so, starting with volunteering time and services. Outside of our serving on our board of directors, people don't really realize that there are other opportunities for professional service volunteers as well. And these can range from individuals with financial acumen to carpentry and really so much more. If this is you, please contact the agency to learn more, and we'd be happy to help discuss next steps with you to get you plugged in. We have a great program in store for you all tonight, starting with remarks from Ben Bruskern, the Executive Director of the Friends of the Family, and ending with both the live and silent auctions. There is also a services auction, which is a great opportunity for those who want to support the agency, but do not have any interest in any of the auction items that they see. The services auction donations go straight to the specific programs mentioned that we facilitate and can also be found on that handbid app that Travis mentioned before. Thank you all again for attending tonight and for your support both tonight and ongoing. Together, we can help show our clients that they are not alone and that it matters to all of us as well. So thank you again, and please enjoy the event.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Drew, for that. Really appreciate it. Also wanted to mention, too, we're coming to you live from Prairie Links Golf and Event Center in this huge room that's usually filled with a lot of people on this night. Yeah, it's just us.
Usually there's like 325 people in here, and it's a little echoey when it's just us. It feels like
it does, but that's okay. But as always, this event happens because of the generosity of a lot of people. And Ben, you have some thank yous to dole out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to get out there and we want to acknowledge all those businesses and individuals that really stepped up as a sponsor for Friends of the Family. And I got to kick it off first with our two premier sponsors. These are those top individuals that just companies that came in to help us. You'll actually notice that Travis and I'm wearing an Aces quarter zip. Travis has the Farmers State Bank polo on over here. So we wanted to represent our top two sponsors. So first and foremost, I got to send a big shout out, big thank you to Aces and to Farmers State Bank. And we've decided we're not going to auction off.
No auctioning off of the shirts this year. If you weren't able to join us last year, you missed out on a one-time event of Travis being able to take off his shirt and raise about $3,600 for Friends of the Family. I have layers on tonight, so my Friends of the Family t-shirt is actually on underneath this, but I'm really happy to say that Farmers State Bank and ACES are helping to sponsor this event. It's fantastic.
So Phil, you're out there with ACES. I think $2,000 might still get it done. We'll see. So anyway, starting there with our premier sponsors. We also want to thank Hy-Vee for donating food for our party boxes. So those were for groups of 6 or more in our top sponsors. We were able to get those out to people today. Again, it was a joy to go out and interact with those individuals that donated. You'll find items that were in those party boxes here. The bottles of wine, the grapes, cheese, olives. What do you got over there? Some crackers?
Yeah, I've got some crackers. I've got some brie, olives, cheese, grapes. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So again, thank you to Hy-Vee for the party boxes. Also,
did they get the wine too? Was that included in the party boxes?
The wine was in the party boxes.
Wow, I'm impressed. All right.
Usually everyone I delivered to had like 5 more bottles of wine waiting. I think it was because of the MC and that they found it tolerable then. Okay.
Take the edge off.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll help you donate later. Yeah, so we also want to thank, we're just not Facebook Live in here holding the phone because we've got some professionals in the room. So we want to thank Pixel Labs for helping us do the streaming and making sure that this video is smooth and to the point. Like you walked into a professional setup.
I did. Yeah, it was amazing. These guys are doing an awesome job. Thank you so much, everybody on the production crew, behind the cameras. You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Then I want to jump down to our jet setter. These individuals that gave at the $1,000 mark. So I'd like to thank Barbara Zemke, Jack and Barb Dalby, CUNA Mutual, Midwest Mold Builders Incorporated, and D&W Floor Coverings. Again, thank you so much for jumping in, being a sponsor of A Night In. We know what great businesses and individuals these are. I'm sure you recognize a lot of these names up here in Waverly.
And I think the name is appropriate. They're all jet setters, so that's perfect.
Absolutely. Jumping into our Voyager level, we have Lincoln Savings Bank, Jim Denholm, the Excel Foundation, Waverly Health Center, Green State Credit Union, the Waverly Kiwanis Club, the Center for Violence Prevention at the University of Northern Iowa, and Lynn and Kathy Olson. Thank you so much for being a sponsor for tonight.
Absolutely. True Voyagers, all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And at the Explorer level, we have Kim Folkers and Bruce Ecker, ABD Property Management, Hank and Joe Bagelman, Serenity Therapy LLC, Claudia Lampe, Mangris Construction and Home Remodeling, ConAgra Foods, and First Bank. First Bank, that doesn't ring a bell for, that's kind of a name change, ain't it?
Formerly First National Bank, but now they're just the First Bank. It's pretty, it puts them right at the top.
They are the top bank, the First Bank. But anyway, thank you to all of our sponsors. We can't do what we are doing tonight, what we're doing year round without your support. I know you're very familiar with that and how sponsors really affect you guys at the Waverly Chamber, and just thank you to those businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. And events like this aren't possible without those generous people. So thank you again to all those individuals and to the businesses that helped us support this event. And you've got some more.
I got some more. We got to get into that day tripper. So at the day tripper level, B&B Builders, Jerry Rolling Motors Incorporated, Tenenbaum's Jewelry, Kaiser Corson Funeral Home, Tatro Electric, and Jane Hall. Again, thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Some great businesses there. And of course, we all know Jane Hall. Thank you so much for sponsoring this and joining us tonight. Jane and Rick, hello. Good to see you. Ben, give us an update for Friends of the Family. What's going on? I know this has been such, for everybody, a topsy-turvy year with COVID-19. I know that it's affected the chamber and several of our businesses in Waverly, but I'm sure it's affected you as well. So how has Friends of the Family been dealing with COVID, and just give us an update what's going on?
Yeah, it definitely, this whole year has kind of made our heads spin from what are we going to do from a service level. And people ask me that all the time, right? As I'm dropping off these boxes, as I'm talking to people, they're just like, what's happening with COVID? What's going on with the agency? And so I tell them, like, kind of here's where it went. When in March, when everything started to shut down in the state, things really slowed down for us too. We weren't seeing the crisis calls coming in. We weren't having the people coming into shelter pretty much March through May. The assumption really is that people decided it was probably easier to deal with their abuser, to deal with the situation that was in front of them,
Sure.
versus going into a shelter and really being around people, right? Because we were very much in an elevated state at that point in time. Not to say that we aren't now, but as the state was closed, we really didn't see a lot of referrals coming in, and things kind of just slowed down.
Mhm.
But as things started to open up back in the state, it really has picked up for us. We're seeing the request for shelter, the request for safety, really starting to go through the roof, and it's creating challenges. During this time, we really tried to pull back from the use of our shelter here in Waverly, the 21 beds, and get it down to, with the bedrooms, just one family unit or an individual, primarily just individuals into the shelter, because having kids kind of running around in that shared setting, we just felt like would not be the best way to move.
Sure.
So we started using hotels to help people that needed to flee to safety. And at first it felt like everything, okay, this is very manageable.
Mhm.
But over the last month, 2 months, we've seen the increased need for hotels really go through the roof, to the point last month we spent over $20,000 just to support people in hotels for a safety perspective.
Wow.
So that's just a challenge, right? And it's really just creating, what do we do next? And so it's forced us to move back to go towards our 21 bed shelter and utilizing that more, because we can't stay at that pace financially. So I am telling you right now, that challenge is real. We're seeing higher incidents, worst incidents of domestic violence than we even saw before the pandemic. It's kind of scary what we're seeing coming through. And so tonight is about getting out, and really helping support that. But the exciting piece is we are housing more people now too. We always talk about our niche at Friends of the Family is housing and providing housing solutions. And so through COVID, we've been able to increase our services to provide housing for families and individuals, and increase our range. Right now, we're serving up to 27 counties in some fashion with rapid rehousing, with homeless prevention. We've been tasked by the Iowa Finance Authority to really have an impact on homelessness across a very large sector of the community, including Waverly, Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, Mason City. It's just, that's the exciting piece, right?
Right.
Like right now we get to house people, we get to do what we are really good at. So we're really excited about that. That's really the good piece of this, is that ability to help keep people safe.
Sure.
Yeah. The other exciting piece is we have new programming on the way, right?
Yeah. Tell us more.
Yeah. So we are getting ready to launch a new housing program. It will be a hybrid transitional housing rapid rehousing project. I know I speak housing lingo, so I apologize to everyone that's like, okay, what are you talking about? But really what it's going to do is we're going to be able to open up 25 to 30 more units of permanent housing across the board for families that are affected by domestic violence and have become homeless, which is really exciting. We'll be able to pay that rent. We'll be able to assist with utilities, provide case management for up to 2 years. It's really going to create a bigger impact for us. So we're excited to have the Safely Home project kind of kick up by that point in time. The transitional housing side is really going to be like an emergency shelter, where we'll have apartments that are furnished, that somebody who is in a violent relationship needs to get out. We can kind of get them into that furnished apartment for, maybe let's say 3 months, but really work on creating that permanent housing option, getting them through there to rapid rehousing, getting them into a permanent housing project where they don't need that assistance. I mean, because the cool thing is most people only need 9 to 12 months of assistance. Then they're back on their own, and they're really productive members of the community. So yeah, we're really excited about that project. Secondarily, we also have a new Department of Justice human trafficking housing program that we will be starting up within the next couple of months. We'll be able to provide 10 rental slots, 10 housing units for survivors of human trafficking. that will just really help us kind of expand and do more what we do on the niche side of housing with our human trafficking program. Again, a lot of impact, right? The program is called Home Free. And it's just about allowing people to get out of that situation where, you know, they're experiencing some of the worst trauma with somebody who, I mean, modern day slavery in many ways, right?
Right.
And being able to provide that permanent housing option with case management that really helps them move and just have that great effect on their life overall. So, you know, again, at Friends of the Family, there's a lot of things we do. I got to tell you, our staff, top notch, right?
Absolutely.
Top notch. They are some of the greatest, most passionate people you can come across. Each and every one of them, you know, they come to work. They know what we're trying to do, right? They know that housing people and getting people permanently in situations where they can succeed is what they're doing every day.
Absolutely.
And so I have the pleasure of being here with you as the director of this agency. But honestly, it's about all those individuals that work for us. It's about all of you out there that are tuning in tonight, you that support us in this community. You matter so much to us. You don't know how much you matter. But I got to tell you that right now, right? We can't do what we do without you. And that's creating more housing options for people every day. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. And Ben, you're right. You know, as fellow executive directors, we understand the mission work that goes into being a nonprofit. You know, your mission and the mission of the chamber, just, you know, having the ability to be able to see the fruits of your labor and see things moving forward in a positive direction, especially for your clients and the people that utilize your services. I mean, it's just so rewarding. So it doesn't surprise me at all that you have passionate people working for you to fulfill this need. That's amazing.
Yeah. Each and every one of them are working towards that vision of everybody having a home, right? We understand we're working towards ending homelessness in our community. And that's what our staff comes in with every day. That's what gets them up. That's what gets them excited. And that's what makes them rock and roll at what they do.
Absolutely. And you've said in the past too, where you're trying to work yourself out of a job.
Yep.
Because that's the end goal, is to not have to have these services for people anymore. And that's a great goal to have.
That is our 10-year goal. I want for us to have this last event. What would that be? 2030.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are sitting here and we are wrapping this up. And it's like, you know, this was fun, but we're done. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great?
That would be awesome for you to retire in 10 years. I'm pretty envious.
Yeah. Yes. I think that nonprofit money will do that for
right.
me.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Tell the folks at home, if there's one thing that you want them to walk away from tonight, knowing about Friends of the Family, what would that be?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I only ask the great questions. So.
Yes, you might be the greatest journalist ever.
No.
You know, I think it's for people to really understand that this agency is focused in on housing solutions and permanent housing for people, right? I say this all the time. You'll hear it from our staff, right? Although we're a shelter program, we understand shelter is a process, housing is a solution. Mm-hmm. And so that first step, you know, when we talk about getting to functional zero, it's really how do we get to the first point where we really don't even need emergency shelter and we're just housing people right away. And so what I would tell people out there is, you know, really focus on understanding that homelessness and domestic violence is not solved through shelter. It's solved through housing. It's solved through comprehensive services, right? And so I would encourage them to key in on that and understand that everybody in our community deserves a home.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that is such a great way to kind of sum up really what Friends of the Family is all about. And homelessness in this day and age, and I think you and I both agree on this, homelessness should not be a problem in our communities. And that is a great solution. But your mission also too reaches out to every person, every age, every demographic. I mean, everybody has an opportunity through your organization, and that's phenomenal.
Yep. I mean, it's widespread, right? We're talking about homelessness, but it's about those that are surviving domestic violence and sexual assault. It's about somebody coming out of a human trafficking situation. So it's about more than just homelessness for us.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to explain because it's so much.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it.
But it's hard to believe, you know, this small agency that started here in Waverly is now this, and the impact this agency has is beyond measure at this point.
Absolutely. Well, Waverly is certainly proud to be the birthplace of this, and we appreciate that you remember your roots here in Waverly for sure. But anything else that you want to update us on before we go into our next segment?
You know, the other thing, if you're sitting there, I want to tell everyone, we did just start a new thing called Circle of Friends this year. It's a way for you to get involved as a donor with this agency, maybe thinking about giving on a month-to-month basis. Maybe it's a one-time pledge. But we're really inviting you to become a part of our circle of friends, right? It's so apropos. Part of that circle is part of that solution, is part of everything that we're trying to do. And you'll continue to hear more about that as we try to do our annual drive, and we work hard to raise the dollars that we need so that we can continue to add the programming. But if you're interested in Circle of Friends, make sure you reach out to either myself or Aaron. We'll get you more information, but we'd love to have you be a part of that also. Yeah, absolutely. That's another great additional program to Friends of the Family. Fantastic. Well, right now, this portion of the show, it's the show, with the wine up here, I feel like Hoda and Kathy in the third hour of the Today Show. We're going at it strong. This is great. Our next portion, we're going to be premiering a new commercial for Friends of the Family. Now, you got Mayor Hart to be in this commercial. Is he with you, or is it just him? It's just him.
Okay.
So we have someone that has a little connection. Michelle Hall, Tavis Hall. Yeah. They made kind of that connection out to Mayor Hart and did the ask, and he was happy to jump in and really spread a quality message to the community. So we're thankful to Mayor Hart for being a part of that. Absolutely, Mayor Hart's such a great supporter of so many things that goes on in the Cedar Valley, but especially obviously in Waterloo as well. He's doing such a great job there, and this is a big deal because this commercial is not even out on the airwaves yet. This is the premiere right here of this new commercial. We approved it like a week ago that we liked it, right? I mean, they're like, yep, that's exactly what we wanted. That's where we want to be. I don't even know. I think I've seen it. Michelle's seen it. Aaron's probably seen it, but not a lot of people have even seen the video at this point. Well, let's all see it together right now. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Neighbor, what does this word mean to you? Picture your neighbors, the sunny days, the barbecues, the friendships, and pause. The reality is, many in our community struggle with homelessness and domestic violence. These are people just like you and me. They're our neighbors. You can be the difference between hopeless and hope.
Okay, what a great commercial. Thank you so much to Mayor Hart for joining Friends of the Family and understanding the great cause and effect that's going to have on the community. That's fantastic. Yeah, yep. The message is strong. It is very, very strong, and we're happy that he's a part of the show tonight. I'd like to right now introduce a guy that paid a lot of money last year to see me take off my shirt. To go shirtless. To go shirtless. He's a good friend of Friends of the Family. He's a good friend of Waverly's as well. The head of ACES, Phil Keneally. Phil, welcome to the show. Phil, are you muted? We can't hear you.
Do you know anybody in the IT business that can hear?
There we go. Yay, we can hear you, Phil. Great.
Yay.
Hi.
Oh, wrong one. All right. I'm supposed to just mute that. Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. You're good to go.
Hello.
You're good to go. We can hear you, Phil.
Phil, welcome.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
We got you, Phil.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Yep.
All right. Just remember, he's in the technical IT business.
That's right. So this is my crew. See, I can't even keep my glasses on straight. anyway, we're pretty darn excited to be sponsors and to support this fantastic organization. And it's kind of amazing. I was afraid they wouldn't submit or send us enough wine to drink, so I called a buddy of mine and I said, hey, give me some wine suggestions. I'm not much of a wine drinker. And my buddy recommended this Crew 9 Stop Talking wine. So I went out and bought it the other day at Happy's. And on the back here, it says, advocating for survivors of domestic abuse, human trafficking, and homelessness, helping families thrive. So what a coinkydink that right here at Happy's in Cedar Falls, I was able to find a bottle of wine that is absolutely aligned with the mission of Friends and the Family. So, hey, we'll drink it tonight and we'll bid a lot. So that's it.
The bidding goes up the more you drink.
Right. Hey, thank you so much, Phil. And definitely the more bits that you do, the more you should be drinking. That is the way to go when it comes to tonight.
Is that a rumor or is that truth?
I think that's true.
Truth. All right. All right.
Or it could be a part of truth or dare. You never know. You never know. I'm just saying. So we're gonna hey, don't forget to send us your selfies. We just wanted to give a little shout out to the selfie reminder there to send those selfies and party photos to Aaron at 319-883-6623. 319-883-6623. Our next sponsor that we want to talk to right now is a recording from Farmers State Bank. Jordan Alborn with that group is going to share a few words about Friends of the Family.
Hi, this is Jordan Alborn with Farmers State Bank. FSB is proud to partner with Friends of the Family in sponsoring this year's A Night In event as we travel virtually, of course, to Napa Valley. We invite you to grab a glass of your favorite wine and join us at this all-virtual fundraising event on November 6th to support the critical services Friends of the Family provides. You could even win a trip to Napa Valley. With your support, we hope to raise over $50,000 to help Friends of the Family combat violence, homelessness, and human trafficking right here in our community. We look forward to seeing you on November 6th.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to highlight a few auction items over here so that you can get a real feel for what some of these things are. We've got these cool UNI and Iowa tailgating tables. So super convenient, super easy to carry around. Put them in your trunk, go to the parking lot, have some beers. We've got UNI and Iowa. Sorry to all you ISU fans. I don't know what to tell you. But make sure to bid on these. I want it. So Kyle, if you're out there, make sure you're bidding on this. We also have this Ryder Cup flag from 2014 signed by the Bubba Watson. Bubba Watson, right? Yeah. For sure. So signed, it is officialized. We've got the paperwork here. Make sure you're bidding on that one to all you golf fans out there. We have this little purse. I think it's called Is Blue Your Color? I don't know if maybe one of you guys want to come over here and model this. I feel like blue might be Ben's color. I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you know how to yeah. Yeah.
Am I supposed to sachet? Or
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
You for sure want to bid on this one now.
Yes.
We also have this cool candy bouquet. So if your girl out there wants some flowers or candy, pick this up. Super cute, super exciting. Let's see, what else do we? Oh, you just put it down wrong. Let's do this one.
Yeah. So
Cubbies.
Cubs.
Go Cubs. Go Cubs, go.
Yeah. Hey, Chicago, or hey, Cedar Valley, or
What?
hey, whoever. What do you say?
Yeah.
Flag is signed by Grandpa Rossi, David Ross, manager of the Chicago Cubs. Remember, this goes back. The man hit a 460-foot home run, Game 7, to help the Cubs beat the Cleveland Indians. That first World Series title in like 100+ years. So get in and bid on this awesome item. I might be in on this because I got to tell you, I'm a little bit of a Cubs fan.
Little bit.
Little bit.
All right. We also have this. So look at this cute little gnome. We've got some jewelry. And a painting. So we've got that for Iowa, UNI, and UISU fans. We've got it for you too. Make sure that you're out there bidding. How cool would this be? Make sure to wear your jewelry on game day. You've got your gnome out. Maybe it'll bring you good luck. Over here, we have the COVID basket, 2020. Here it is. Everything you need. We've got your big fluffy blanket. We got your TP, your disinfectant, handmade masks by Kim. She's been doing awesome with her mask initiative over here. She donated some of these masks to go in there. We've got some press and some chocolates and Uno for game day. All kinds of stuff in this basket. Make sure that you're getting on that. Over here, we've got Mac and Mav. So Mac and Mav is on 2nd Street in Cedar Falls. We've got some cool little pineapple koozie that can hold your chapstick. Pretty exciting there. A glitter palm cup. Some of their products over here, a candle, a bag, and a gift card to go use in their store. They're brand new. They moved from State Street into their new location over by Hertz Donuts. So make sure to check them out. And I think, let me do some updates here quick, but I think we've got some bidding wars happening right now. Mac and Mav, we got Abby Sears, Joe Weinberg, and Sarah Kelsey bidding it out over that. We also have Single Speed. We've got a lot going on there. We've got a 12-person bidding war going on. Jim Addy, Kyle Langenberg, Ray Fuse, Bethany Benner, Libby Fry. You guys are getting in on some action over there. And I will update you guys on some other ones later. But let's take it over here and get some bags action. I think it might be a little dangerous. I don't know. I think Chuck's cheating. So these bags were handmade for all of you Panther fans out there. These bags are super cool. 4 of them have a gold backing, 4 of them have purple, and I did say gold, Ben, not yellow. I messed that up yesterday and got in trouble. But yeah, so super cute. Sure to be a tailgate special. Make sure you're getting the bags and the table. Perfect set. You'll be ready to go for next fall when football is back. Spring football. Any football. I just want football back. That's not the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Let's give it back to you guys.
That was Erin, everybody, the marketing specialist for Friends of the Family, and the person that you're sending all your crazy party selfie pictures to. So just remember that. She's got them on her phone. Anyway, we're going to introduce some program videos for you right now. And these are great videos to explain a lot of the different programs that are happening at Friends of the Family. And the first one we'd like to show you is about human trafficking.
Hi, my name is Yoshida Thomas. I'm a human trafficking specialist with Friends of the Family. Friends of the Family cover 14 counties in Northeast Iowa. We are one of the only comprehensive human trafficking programs that are left in Northeast Iowa. Some of the services that we provide to our client: family reunification, housing, safety planning, and even if they need assistance getting back and forth to court, we help with that. All of your dollars through Circle of Friends directly support our programs, including survivors of human trafficking. If you would like to join our fight against human trafficking, visit our website at fofia.org.
Hey, we just want to remind everyone, I feel like I got caught there for a second. I was looking something up and I wasn't ready for the video to end. I promise it was work related. Anyway, we just want to remind people to just kind of jump back. Remember that hand bid app. That's really that key place where you can get out there and you can bid on these awesome items. Again, we'll get back to the service auction, but there's also some items there. It's called the service auction, where you're able to support direct services that we provide to people. We will talk about those later, but get out on that hand bid app.
Yep, absolutely. Our next program video is about workplace initiative, and let's go ahead and roll that right now.
Hi, my name is Will, and I'm the transition specialist here with Friends of the Family. I spearhead the Safe Workplace Partnership. The Safe Workplace Partnership works with employers to offer training and education on the effects of trauma in the workplace. Having a trauma-informed workspace can increase productivity and decrease staff turnover. We also offer an employee referral partnership where we work to help you fill your open positions with individuals who we were working with, while also supporting that individual to help maintain their employment while also dealing with their trauma. If any of this interests you, you can reach out to me at william@fofia.org. Thank you.
Dude, come on.
Oh,
Ben.
I got to tell you, Travis, I'm on the HandBid app on my phone looking through these auction items because I want to make sure that I'm getting in on these bids.
Prove it to everybody. Let's see the
Prove it to everybody.
Let's see the app right here.
Okay. So see, you can see it's loading right here on my phone.
Oh, it's loading.
It's loading.
Uh-huh.
I won't tell you who my service provider is, because maybe you won't want to use that service provider. But here it is. Here's the night in Napa Valley. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm losing.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you are. Big time too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not winning anything right now.
No,
but
you're down like a few $100s. So
All right, guys, I'm going to cut you off real quick, and let's take it back to the crowd and take a look at some of these selfies.
Oh, okay.
All right. Sounds
Let's
good.
take a look at some of these.
All right.
So, well, this was at the beginning. We were just having a little fun with our props, but there's the number again. So make sure that you're getting your selfies in here. There's a picture of the cool cheese tray. I mean, thanks again to Hy-Vee. They put directions in your party boxes of how to set all of this up. They look amazing. I can't wait to try some of this. Look at this. Look at how much fun people are having with these selfies. It's great. There's Michelle and Tavis. Hi, guys. And look at that party. I mean, I want to be there. This is awesome. Keep sending them in. This is great. There's Anne Marie. It's awesome. All right, let's cut back to you guys.
All right. Thanks for that update, Erin. Appreciate that. Erin out in the field with all the selfies going on. And just remember, when you send them to her, they're staying on her phone. So just be careful of what you send her.
She has Snapchat filters.
Ooh. Our next program video is about homeless services. And let's go ahead and roll that right now.
Hi, I'm Kendra, and I'm a housing support specialist here at Friends of the Family. Today, I want to talk to you about our housing programs. We have 2 housing programs that cover 9 counties throughout Northeast Iowa and 1 that covers 5 counties throughout North Central Iowa. These housing programs provide services to those that are literally homeless and staying on the streets. From there, we are able to get people into safe housing and then provide services to help them become self-sufficient again. With your donation through the Circle of Friends, you're able to support these survivors. Not only these survivors, but also survivors of sexual assault, human trafficking, homelessness, and domestic violence. Please visit our website at fofia.org to learn more. Thank you.
All right, and back in the field, apparently, back in the field, we've got another auction update. We've got that cute welcome sign, Katie Louise Creations. I want this for my front door. Kelly Nash, Ray Fuse, Samantha Meyer, Bethany Benner, and Jennifer Wittenberg are battling it out. We've got the UNI table right here. Wittenberg and Denholm are in a head-to-head battle going at that one. And we have a cool thing. So we're in Waverly, right? Waverly is our heart and soul. For all of you guys in Waverly or that want to come visit Waverly because it's awesome, we've got a cool Waverly day date, right? So Crawdaddy has kayak rentals, and then we paired that with Sasquatch Jacks for a gift card to go out to lunch. So make sure that you're bidding on that one. Pretty cool stuff. We also had a last minute item come in from, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm going to draw a blank. From Lark Brewing. Thank you. Live in the field is not my thing. Lark Brewing. So they do a cool thing live, this whole virtual thing, 2020, live cooking with the chefs. So they get all the ingredients. You go pick it up along with some of their brewed beer, and then you cook live virtually with their chef. So that one was today. But that's all I got for now, guys.
Report out in the field. We're just kind of strategizing here about how we can get Ben up in his bids, and it's just not working out really well.
And we were talking what a great community Waverly is.
Absolutely. Waverly has just launched a community marketing initiative called Waverly Welcome Home.
Yep.
And if you haven't checked it out, certainly encourage you to do that at waverlywelcomehome.com. A lot of great things about Waverly, the quality here and everything. And of course, Friends of the Family is just a part of the fabric that makes up the great community that we have here in Waverly. So thank you so much, Ben, for all that you do for Waverly.
We love having you here.
Yep. I love being here. That's for sure. Hey, we're going to flip over right now to our last program video. And this program video talks about victim services that Friends of the Family offers. Let's go ahead and roll that. Yes, we're going to be going back to that in a minute. But, Ben, tell us a little bit. So Waverly, Friends of the Family did start in Waverly. So how did that all begin?
Yeah, it started back in 1992. It was some individuals with the Church Women United group that thought, services were needed here for those that were facing abuse, those individuals that needed safety, that needed someone that they could talk to and to think about, right? It was just volunteers, just very grassroots at that point. That's where it was. So, for me, 92, I was graduating high school, but it's just really cool to think about how this agency started. Cedar Valley Friends of the Family at that point in time.
Right, true. And, Waverly is certainly proud. I've said this before. Waverly is certainly proud to be the birthplace of this wonderful organization. But just so many things that you do, and not just now in the Cedar Valley, but I know that's why you dropped the Cedar Valley out of your name. But you do so much for Eastern Iowa. It's phenomenal. How many counties do you serve?
Yeah. So right now, we're touching 27 counties. As far south as Lynn, Benton, Jones, so into Cedar Rapids, over to Dubuque, and up the Mississippi from there. You'll find us as far west as Algona.
Wow.
Algona, Iowa. I don't know the county that Algona's in, but I know Algona exists. I've been there. So that's kind of my point reference for west.
Got it. That's fantastic. I'm getting the cue that we have the program video now for victim services, and we're going to go ahead and roll that.
Hi, my name is Carrie Thiesberg, and I identify with the pronouns she, her, hers. I'm the Crisis Services Director at Friends of the Family. Today, I want to explain to you a little bit about what our services offer. We offer emergency access to safety and stability, as well as permanent housing options. Today, your community support, whether that be through donations, volunteer hours, looking at our website, following us on Facebook, and seeing the survivor services and support that are needed, you in the community help us move forward towards our mission and vision of ending violence in our community as well as homelessness. If you want to know more about our organization and opportunities, visit our website at fofia.org. Thanks.
All right, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying those program videos, getting to know a little bit more about Friends of the Family and hearing from some of the wonderful staff here at this agency as they, talk about their passion and why we do what we do. Speaking of services, we talked a little bit on the Handbid app that we have the service auction piece. Again, that's not necessarily a physical item you're winning, but it is that kind of real feel good, right? Like, when you're giving to that, you're really helping out people that we serve, that we have the privilege to help in this community. And I'm just going to run through each one of them very quick, and then we're going to come back and, Travis, we're going to talk a little bit about them. So again, you'll find this on the Handbid app under service auction. It's unlimited. So if you want to buy 10 of them, feel free to buy 10 of them. That's good by us. We're just happy. So the first level you'll see is $500 for financial literacy education. This is to educate two people who have experienced financial and economic power and control. They learn how to manage a budget, build credit, and plan for future stability. The next level is $250 for coordinated services. $250 can ensure that coordinated services are available for those experiencing homelessness. $100 is to provide a night of safe shelter. So $100 a person for someone fleeing domestic violence can have a safe place to stay during the most dangerous time. You can assure their safety. And the last is $50 for human trafficking awareness. $50 enables a human trafficking specialist to provide awareness presentations on sex and labor trafficking. So those are just those categories, but I know we're going to talk a little bit more about them. But again, they're on your Handbid app. under service auction.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start from the beginning there. Financial literacy education. Why is this so important?
Yeah, you know, when you start to work with families who are affected, whether it be domestic violence or homelessness, and they're able to get out of that situation, right, where they're facing instability of housing, they're facing instability within a relationship. What we found is a lot of individuals don't understand how to kind of take control of their own budget, how to take control of their finances, right? Whether it be the fact that they've that abuse has been on the financial side, whether the fact that they've never really had to manage money because they didn't have resources.
Sure.
So in this case, what that really means is our case managers are out in the home helping people learn how to manage that money, learning how to pay their rent, learning how to make sure that they have food and medications and everything they need, right? Just providing that education, which is so important. And that's really a key. Actually, I was almost going to jump into your next question, Travis. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
But it's about that case management, that weekly education that we're providing in the home for people.
Yeah, that's great. And financial literacy, I mean, I think a lot of us take it for granted, but there are people out there that really either struggle with that or never had, like you said, the opportunity to have to be able to manage their money in an appropriate way,
Yep.
for them to be able to survive and sustain themselves, which is great. So if you're interested in financial literacy education, $500 is the level we'd ask you to give to that, and we'd love to have your help in being able to provide those services.
Yeah.
So coordinated services. Speaking of services,
Yep.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we this is kind of that housing speak or friends of the family speaking in some way, right? That we're just used to coordinated services. But I got to tell you, this is really the key towards ending homelessness in our community. Really stacking up and understanding how to get people into the right interventions that are going to allow them to be successful. So you might look at the terminology and coordinated services like, well, what effect does that have, right? Like on the individual. But really, it is one of those most important pieces that makes sure when we're going through and we're assessing people that are calling for needs, that we're able to prioritize the individuals that are most in need first so that they get help. 5, 6, 7 years ago when I was, just kind of coming in the ED role and coming out of case management, it used to be first come, first serve. That's who we serve. And so a lot of times we would have someone who was homeless that really didn't have a lot of barriers and probably would have self-resolved that homelessness within 14 days. But we were jumping in to help them because they were that first person that called on the list, right? And we would get them in the program. They'd be there for 4 to 5 months. They would successfully, become permanently housed and have that success. But what was happening is those individuals with the highest barriers, families that were really, really struggling, like chronically homeless, mental health and substance abuse issues, they were the ones on the waiting list. And so with coordinated services, what we do is make sure we work to prioritize those individuals first. And that we get those individuals or the people that we're serving into the right intervention, whether it be rapid rehousing, whether it be permanent supportive housing, whether it be homeless prevention. That's what coordinated service is about. And that's how we go from, 35 people homeless to working down towards 0, because when we hit those individuals with the highest barriers first and we help them, they're not going to come off that list, right? They're going to stay until they get the housing assistance. But the individuals that are scoring a little lower, assessing a little lower, they're going to resolve and they're going to come off. So that list is going to shorten, not only from the bottom of the list, but from the top of the list, because the individuals need help are getting it, and the people that can self-resolve are self-resolving, and we're just moving in the right direction. And so it's kind of lingo, but honestly, it is one of the most important components.
That's amazing. And I'm glad that you have it all structured and coordinated so that it helps those in need through priority. And so if coordinated services is something that's speaking to your heart, we're just asking that you give it the 250 level. We'd appreciate your help with providing those services. So providing a night of safe shelter, and in years past, of course, we've talked about this plenty of times, but how important that this component is to friends and the family, and why should folks out there watching right now support this service of providing a safe night for those who need it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really easy to understand that this is the emotional appeal for what we do. You know, until you are an advocate working with someone, or you come across a family that has been affected by violence, that they're walking through the door with bruises, with, you know, you might say a black eye or a broken arm. You don't understand the level, you know, we don't understand, you and I don't understand the level of safety that these individuals need and where they're going, right? And, you know, it is a bread and butter in many ways of who we are and how people think of us. Although housing is a niche, the shelter piece is like that initial response to safety. Whether it be, you know, a single mom or a mom with kids, it's the first opportunity for those kids to kind of breathe and feel like they have a safe place to go.
Right.
And I got to tell you, you know, we provide 5,000 nights of shelter plus a year, which is absolutely horrendous, right? We're talking 250 to 300 people that are coming into that shelter, that are walking through those doors. And that doesn't include hotels, you know, which is really temporary shelter, is another 100 people. I mean, there are that many individuals in our community that are hurting.
Yeah.
And experiencing that.
Yeah. It certainly does speak to all of our heartstrings. And, you know, you mentioned women or mothers with children. Both you and I are dads, and obviously love our children. But I mean, to imagine, you know, children are they're really the innocent victims in a lot of these cases. And like you said, for them to have a place where they can feel safe, you know, a place where they feel like that their mom's going to be okay, and they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You almost can't put a price tag on that. It's just amazing that we have those folks out there that need this, but at the same time that you are able to provide that for them. That's got to be so rewarding.
It is, and it's you know, we talk a lot about women and children, right? But I got to be honest, we're serving men in our shelter too.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. You know, don't want to leave them out.
And we want to understand that it's happening to all populations across the board. But what we do know, you know, this nights of shelter, our average shelter stays are 20 days. And it's not that people are just leaving shelter to go, right? Where are they going?
Right.
At the same time, we're working to get them into housing so that they're transitioning from shelter to housing. So then, you know what happens? We get those thank you cards, right?
Yeah.
You know, the things that just kind of melt your heart, right?
Absolutely.
You sit in your office and you get a piece of mail, you open it up, and inside it just says, I want to tell you that your staff saved my life. Thank you. What else can you, I mean, it rewards us, but honestly, the impact it has on those we serve is so much more. And I can't say it enough. That $100 to provide that nights of shelter, especially during COVID, when we're facing challenges when it comes to providing that immediate response, is so important.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And, you know, I'm reminded of our good friend, Chris Meyer, who helps to host this event in years past. She would always have a great story to tell, probably right about now, about her experience as a principal or as a counselor dealing with people that have needed to have those services like this. And so if this speaks to you, the providing a night of safe shelter for those who need it, everybody across the board demographically can use this service. Please give at this level for the $100. The feeling of safety and shelter and a place to be able to hang your hat for a little while. I mean, the feeling is priceless. And so I'm glad that you get those thank you letters from folks. That's really got to drive your staff to just be even that much more passionate about what they do.
Yeah. Again, it's hard to find a crew that's much more passionate. I mean, seriously, what they do on a daily basis, because when we talk about shelter, right, and you've got 21 individuals in there that have experienced violence, and our staff is working with them on a day-to-day basis to help them move to a better place.
Right.
You can imagine the stress it causes for our staff at the same time, but man, every day they come to work and just knock it out of the park and work with those families so hard to make that success. And also that empathy that they can have for each of those families is, I can't even describe it.
It's
right?
Beyond words.
But
beyond words.
Make a difference.
Yeah.
$100 shelter.
Appreciate you giving at that level too. And finally, human trafficking awareness. And, you know, I think this is something that kind of gets, you know, maybe lost in the whole conversation about a lot of the things that the services that you provide through Friends of the Family. But how does this really tie into the vision of Friends of the Family when we talk about human trafficking?
Yeah, that's, you know, when we think about everybody having a home, when we think about our mission of providing safe and confidential services, it really is who we need to be in many ways. When we started this program 4 years ago, I remember us sitting in the room with other providers and saying, who wants to provide human trafficking services? And at that point, we really didn't have anyone to step up. And from us, from a leadership perspective, we thought it was a moral obligation for us to do that.
Sure.
To think that there are individuals that are affected by modern day slavery where we live is, can I use the word ludicrous in this point in time?
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't make any sense that that's occurring, but it is, you know? And so as a program, as we came in, our first year, we served about 30 individuals. The next year we served 60. And then we saw that jump to around 90. And so right now we're serving 90 to 100 individuals a year with human trafficking.
Wow.
Now, let me be clear, right? Because there's a lot of myths and a lot of talk around human trafficking. It's not a lot of snatch up off the street. It's not Liam Neeson and Taken. I know you have a particular set of skills, but it isn't that, right?
Right.
And a lot of people really kind of equate it to that and really think of it along those lines. But honestly, at the same time, it is horrendous. The stories, but the hope that comes from our programming. And in this level, this $50 of human trafficking awareness, right? We know that we need to continue to get out in the community and educate people on what are the signs of human trafficking and how do you kind of reach out? Because a lot of times people say, well, if I see it, should I go approach that person? No, we don't want you going in there because all you're going to do is create more danger in many cases.
Right.
So with this, we know that the key to making sure everybody that needs our services is by continuing to do the awareness piece and being out there and educating law enforcement and educating churches and community. That awareness is so, because we also think of sex trafficking. We don't think of labor trafficking as the problem.
Right.
And it is. Individuals that have no control over their paycheck, but they're working 90 hours a week.
Yeah.
It is happening here. That's what I would say. It is happening here, but we're having an effect.
You know, we've talked a lot, and you know about my past life, and a lot of people out there watching know that I, in my past life, I used to work in hotels and manage hotels in several different places across the country. And to just relate to what the service that Friends of Family offers, I used to bring in organizations like this to come in and train our front desk staff at the hotel that I would work at to look for human trafficking. And it was amazing once they were trained and knew what to look for, unfortunately, how often we found it. And so you're right, not to engage, to go ahead and call local law enforcement to take care of the situation. But, you know, at the end of the day, when you see those eyes looking at you and you see that that person just does not look right, does not look like you should be paired with that other person that's checking into the hotel, and you know that you have taken them out of that danger into a very safe place, you walk away feeling pretty good that, you know, you were able to help make a difference in somebody's life. And so human traffic awareness is all across the board, very, very important. And it's great that you have that educational program for, like you said, law enforcement, for our communities, for schools. You've got to be able to understand that these folks aren't able to help themselves, and they are looking at you to be able to help them. And so if this speaks to you at the $50 level, we would certainly appreciate your help when it comes to bringing more awareness to human trafficking and how important it is. And you're right, Ben. I mean, you think of this maybe happening in bigger cities and other places, maybe even around the country, around the world. But it is happening right here in Eastern Iowa. And it's just mind-boggling. But at the same time, the more that we can educate people on this, the more that we can find it and hopefully eradicate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was interesting. I was looking down at this list of items, you know, at the 500 and the 250 and the 150 level. And I was really thinking, you know, these might not sound direct in some ways to you, but these, honestly, these items that we're talking about, financial literacy, coordinated services, shelter, trafficking awareness, this is about ending what we're doing, right? So when you're giving at this, you're moving the needle so that we can work hard to end trafficking, homelessness, violence in our community. That's what this is about. And I know that each and every one of you, when you give, you want to know that your dollars are going towards having the most impact possible. That's why we're talking about these tonight.
Yeah. Well, again, just to go through it one more time, financial literacy education at $500, coordinated services at $250, providing a night of safe shelter, $100, and of course, human trafficking awareness at $50. Thank you so much, Ben, for explaining all of those to not only me, but our viewers out there who are bidding right now. We hope that this opens up your heart.
Just to interrupt you again, sorry. Live in the studio, is that how that works? I get to interrupt.
Breaking news. Breaking news from Aaron.
We've got Facebook viewers who are dying to know.
Okay.
Facebook viewers dying to know, have the hosts of the show tasted some of that wine in their glasses yet? Have you even tasted it?
Well, you know, we have not. I thought we were going to kind of save that for the end to kind of cheer the amount of money that we've raised. But I mean, certainly, if that helps people, there you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
There you go.
Sorry to interrupt. You can go back to what you were talking about.
I won't even make a face as I drink the wine. It's very good wine.
Again, it is very good wine, and thank you for providing it. I think you provided it. I don't know if that was you or somebody else, but is this from your private stock? Is this?
Oh, yeah. You know, I've got my own, I was going to say humidor, but that's cigars. That tells you how bad my wine understanding goes, right? I almost wonder, like, does this mean we're going to go into a Q&A session of this, right? Those of you out there, ask us anything.
Yeah, feel free.
Travis and Ben show, we'll jump in. We're going to do movie reviews after this. We're going to review some music.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. But no, seriously, again, jump into that service auction on the Handbid app. Give there. Again, my heart goes out. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. You know, earlier I mentioned my former co-host in this setting, Chris Meyer, and I know that Don and Chris are out there right now watching. We thank you so much for still being engaged with this event, Chris. And she did want me to let you know that she finally remembers the punchline to that Norwegian joke that she told last year. So if we have a live event next year, she'll come back and share that with us.
Can you share just the punchline?
I wish I could, but I don't know it.
That would be the best part, right? Like,
that would be the greatest part. Absolutely. So thank you again for everybody for pitching in and helping out with those different services. We truly appreciate it. Again, this is at really the heart of what this night's all about, is to be able to provide services for friends of the family, to be able to provide funds, for friends of the family to provide these services for those folks who are in need of it. All right. So we've come to the trip drawing. Aaron?
Actually, I'm going to interrupt you again. I'm getting real good at this interrupting thing. It's real fun.
Breaking news.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we're going to go back and show some selfies. We're going to get into the crowd again.
Excellent.
I mean, people are sending in these photos, and it's amazing. We got Chuck and Kim over here live, so that's fun. Look at these. They're sitting outside. I mean, it could not be more gorgeous tonight. We've got some outdoor patio photos. I think that might be some staff. I don't know. We got some half pint saloon going on. Got some other selfies happening. Got cute little kids. I mean, this is great stuff, you guys. Super great. I do want to say one more thing. Am I sharing my screen if I flip?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So go back to the background then real quick. Perfect. Okay, so I do want to update you guys on some items here. We don't have bids on 12 of these items. So get some great deals on some of the stuff. We got some, where's my Pittsburgh Steeler fans at? We got some Pittsburgh Steeler stuff, some lemon decor, some skirts for all you ladies out there. The Iowa State Cyclones. I mean, I'm not an ISU fan either, but come on, you guys. We got to get some of this stuff up. Yeah, I think that might be the lead up to the trip drawing. The trip drawing. I think we are up. We are up for the trip drawing. This is what everybody has been hanging on for.
Exciting.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. So we're going to take this jar full of bids for the trip, and we're going to dump them in here.
Because there's so many. There's so many we can't move them.
We can't get them in. Here they all come. How many are there? Do you know?
There are. We sold out. We sold out at 500.
Wow.
You guys, this is amazing.
So 500.
500. There are 500.
Wow,
you could be the one.
Ooh. And I'm drawing this, right?
You are. You are.
Oh my gosh.
The pressure.
The pressure is I'm swirling them around. I'm getting the ones on the outside into the inside. You never know what's going to happen. Oh my gosh. But I got one.
Oh my gosh.
Here.
Oh my gosh. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
This is it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sheila Trapp.
Sheila Trapp.
Congratulations, Sheila Trapp.
Woo!
On getting the trip. Congratulations.
Hey,
everybody.
and Humble Travel also donated this awesome piece of luggage to go with you, so you are all ready for your trip.
I would be very careful because I think Ben can fit in this, so he might be coming along. But yes, this is a really nice piece of luggage. Reaction by Kenneth Cole. Fantastic piece of luggage there. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Sheila. Fantastic. Great way to go. Good job.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Back to Ben with the closing remarks.
All right. So welcome back. Again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight on Facebook Live. Again, we're disappointed that we don't have you here in person. Again, we know this room is normally full with 350 people. I'm able to usually talk with each and every one of you individually. And I really miss that. I really miss seeing you. I also got to say, when you get on the Handbid app, because I've had a few questions, you can find the app for Handbid on your iOS or your Android phone just by Googling Handbid in the store, whether it be the Google store or the Apple store. That'll allow you to jump in and bid. I believe there's also a website for Handbid. So if you just kind of put that into your Google, you'll be able to find Handbid and then search under A Night in Napa. Or you can go through our website, FOFIA.org. Again, that's FOFIA.org. That'll allow you access to that Handbid app so that you can get in and bid on those items. So just want to make that clear. I think there's a few people that are still kind of trying to figure that out a little bit.
Okay.
It's a new thing for us. The auction closes at 8 o'clock. So again, if you don't bid on an item, but you want to give to a service auction piece, that's great. Maybe you look at that and you say, like, none of the auction items or anything is really kind of where I want to go. You can still go to FOFIA.org and you can donate through the Donate Now button at the top of our website. That'll allow you to go in and give to friends of the family and support the wonderful services and our mission and vision that we have. So again, find that in the Google store, find it in the Apple store under Handbid. Night in Napa Valley will get you there.
And so the auction items, but bids are still being accepted until 8 o'clock. Is that right? So
Yep.
less than 45 minutes away, folks. So make sure that you get your bids in for those auction items. They're fantastic. And, you know, most of them are from Ben's garage, but that's okay. We really do appreciate him donating those to us. But there's some really good stuff. You got some great stuff in your garage. I'm telling you. That's fantastic.
I kind of got it cleaned out a little bit, right? So I can put my car in there now that
now it's getting cold and the winter's coming along. Sure.
Yeah, that's usually how this event works. I just kind of go rummaging through the garage.
Next year, his snowblower, folks. So just be ready. Be ready.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
All right. Well, I certainly want to give a final shout out. Thanks to all of our sponsors, all of our donors, and especially you, the folks who are bidding on all this stuff tonight and giving of your generous money. We really do appreciate the funds that come from you to this organization to go back into the communities and helping people. That is just such an awesome thing. And that's why I love doing this every year with you guys. You know, there's not a lot of these that I do, but this one really speaks to my heart, and the services and the stuff that you're able to provide folks just speaks to me so much. So I really do appreciate you welcoming back. Thank you so much for having me again. I do appreciate it.
Well, I gotta say, you know, it's great to have you here, and it's kind of fun to just sit here at the table and banter back and forth. And
we should host parades sometime. If there's ever a parade in Waverly, we're gonna host it.
Look, folks, it's the Snoopy balloon coming down Bramer Avenue.
And I also again want to thank Humble Travel as our trip sponsor. And surprise, they donated a piece of luggage as well. Kenneth Cole, it doesn't get much better than that. Seriously, if you open it up and Ben's in there, that's not our fault. Okay, so we just want to put that disclaimer out there right now. And again, a special thanks and congratulations to Sheila Trapp for winning that item. And any last closing remarks, Ben?
You know, I just want to again send that shout out to our premier sponsors, Farmers State Bank and ACES.
Yeah. Two
you
great
guys,
companies.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. When you are in that hand bid app, if you win the item, please make sure to pay through the hand bid app, or when you pick up, you can pay with cash or check. Your items will be available to pick up Monday through Friday at Friends of the Family. That's 3835 West 9th Street in Waterloo from 8 to 4:30. If you need to make arrangements for Waverly, just give us a call, 319-352-1108. We'll make sure that we get them up to the building here so that you can pick them up here. We don't want you commuting. If you don't want to commute, we get it. We understand.
But I think it's funny that you had to read your own address. I think that was the best part of the night for me.
Wait, is that where I'm going? You know, with COVID, we don't always work in our office, right? So
That's
we forget
true.
where we're
You might
going.
be working remotely. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, again, folks, thank you so much. Travis Tolliver and Brent Brusker here for Friends of the Family. We hope that you enjoyed this night in Napa Valley 2020. Any clues on maybe what it will be next year?
Oh, boy. Wow. You didn't set me up for that very well.
I did not.
Where would people like to go?
Tell us on Facebook. Tell us in the comments, where would you like to go next year? And we'll try to make it happen.
I've already heard Des Moines. I hear Oline has a fabulous Mexican restaurant.
Beautiful this time of year. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Where else would people probably like to go?
Well, you know, Winnipeg's always a nice little place up there
Winnipeg.
in the northern territories there, but
it's warm.
It is. It is. God, did you just spit on me?
Oh my gosh, I think I. Oh gosh,
I'm getting infected.
6 feet, right?
This is getting dangerous, folks. So we're going to probably take off pretty soon. But thank you so much for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. We hope that we raised a lot of your money tonight, and look forward to doing this again next year. For Friends of the Family, I'm Travis Tolliver.
I'm Ben Brusker.
And we'll see you next year. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Welcome back.
No, go home. What are you still doing on Facebook? Seriously, you just need to go home.
I think they want to volunteer for us.
Go to bed. It's like almost 7:30. What are you doing
Travis,
up?
this is not good customer service. We're supposed to thank them again for being here. I think we're going to do a set now, right? We've got our music instrument. Travis sings. I do not. Seriously, I'm going to start to sing, and they're going to cut this off because you don't want to hear it. But here we go.
No, we're not.
Did we end, please? Anyway.
Love is lovelier the second time around. Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
so
everyone.
much for joining us.